Let's talk about, here's a good one. I think I told you this a while ago and it's still stuck in my brain. Again, super niche, but I could see it also being big, which is cool. I told you the story that my family joined a babysitting group here in the Austin area. We're in a neighborhood with tons and tons of new families. And we were actually approached. It wasn't my idea of like, hey, why don't we get 6 families together and every family takes 2 months out of the year to watch all the kids in the group. So let's call it, I think we have like 12 kids. So twice a year, you have to watch 12 kids. And then by doing that, you get 10 weekends of basically free babysitting to go on dates. And it's awesome in multiple
Weekends?
ways.
They're
Or no, no,
watching
no.
them for
Just
more
a,
than one.
no, sorry. Sorry. I meant just like we do 4 hours. Saturday night for 4 hours. So from 5 to 9, you watch the kids. You got to, it's a lot more work than babysitting 2 kids, right? You got to have a plan, have a bunch of food, have some games and activities, but it's also fun too. It's great for getting 10 babysitting, or I'm sorry, 10 free date nights, right? For 4 hours. That's awesome. But number two, we got to meet these new neighbors. We're friends with them. They're really cool people. It's kind of brought us closer together, making friends in neighborhoods. There's a lot of positives here, right? And especially with the cost of babysitting just being sky high. I just can't believe what it costs to get a babysitter nowadays. This this scenario is just a life experience I've had. But my thought is, how if these people didn't reach out to us, I have no idea how they heard about this idea. How, if we wanted to do something like this, what would we do? And there's not, as far as I know, there's not really an answer. The idea here is to build some version of whether it's Tinder or care.com or something like this, where it's basically niche down to say, hey, come join this website, put in your location, put how many kids you have and how old they are, and what you're looking for, and essentially just act as a matchmaker for families who want to meet each other in similar locations to create these babysitting groups. What are your thoughts?
Is there the stuff like this already exists for nannies, for
Yes,
babysitters, right?
care.com. Yep. Which is
For
massive.
for different things. The proof of
Yes.
concept is there. It's just like it's you think of it like dating apps. The dating app concept is not unique, but then the special sauce is you're advertising too, right?
That's right.
Farmers only,
Right.
Tinder.
Yep.
There's a
Yep.
bunch of different things. So it's the same concept. You take
Exactly.
your and I don't know how you'd monetize it. You'd probably have because once you met the group of families that you're around, there's no need for the app anymore, right? So maybe
Totally.
it's like a one pay service thing or something.
That's what I would think.
However, and then it's just an idea, matter of marketing to the right people because it exists in different areas, right?
The only thing that's a little different about this, because you're totally right of this idea of okay, dating, but then you just niche down, right? Farmers only and whatever else. This is a niche down. The only difference is farmers have proactively wanted to date other farmers for the last 1,000 years, where it's not introducing a new concept. It's just introducing a new tool. This would be a lot more of introducing an entirely new concept to people, which is generally a bad thing because you want people to already want your product. You don't want to have to explain why they want it. However, it's such an obviously valuable thing for multitude of reasons, money plus making friendships, that I could see something like this going viral in terms of, imagine when the Today Show hears about this. They would want to bring you on their show to say, look at this new concept and how cool this is for families. They're saving money, they're meeting each other. Even though it's a negative that there's not already built in demand, I think you could create demand if you knew how to market it right. So I would say this concept plus tech nowadays for something like this is not that difficult. This is all a marketing thing. If you're a marketing expert, I think something like this could be massive. I'm not,
How often do you
unfortunately.
spend time with these other families outside of this?
We've only been not a ton yet. One of the guys I've actually gone to beer with a few times, and he's doing some interesting creative business stuff. So I'm talking to him about business a lot. We run into him all the time at the local community events, and we're not like best friends or anything, but it's just cool to have more friends in your neighborhood, right? And I know my
Mhm.
wife, she hangs out. I think she actually does. She goes. There's a bunch of stuff that they do at the neighborhood. So I personally don't, but my wife does.
Got it.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I think this is a legit idea. It's been in my head for a while. So would love for somebody to take advantage.